No desktop sound. One sec. And there we go. So, hello again. Um, right now, I am going to talk to Celovus because I think it might progress. There's some dialogue with Selen that I'd like to listen to. I don't know if it actually advances her quest, but I would like for someone to be like, you need to fight Radon before I actually go fight him. Just so that I feel like I'm doing things in the right order. This is not the right one. That's right, I'm going to see Celebus. That's going to be on the far left. I'm wondering if I should fight the dragon, but I don't know if I'm there yet, like, power-wise. What's my, my faith is 25. Alright, finally.
Well, you took me at my word. Did you not realize I was merely being polite? Oh,
God, I
you
hate this dude.
provincials never cease to amaze. I suppose you're here now. Perhaps I'll give you something to do. I'd like you to find a woman called Nefeli to administer a potion. Even you can do that much, can't you?
So...
Good. Now I shall hand over the potion in question.
It's hard to say why exactly.
Find Nefeli.
I mean, I think there could be two reasons he's doing this.
I expect glad tidings.
One reason is that I think he knows that. I think he and Gideon both know that Nefeli has some sort of potential or latent abilities because of her connection to Horaloo. Maybe. I mean, she has the potential to be Lord of Limgrave. We know that, so... I mean, she's probably related to Horaloo. Godfrey, whatever. But it might just be because she's close to Gideon, because he has done that before. That reminds me, I also need to go to the Albinoric place, do all that nonsense, to advance Nefeli's quest. I'll need to go underneath the Moonlit Plateau, which could be significant, but I don't know. Not what I meant to do, but that is okay. Am I underneath? I'm not. No. We'll find it. I know I'm on the right track because this place looks awful. This the place that I'm actually going for is basically just this. Okay, this is it. This is the entrance because it's kind of like hollow under here. Yeah, lots of crabs. Okay, cool. A little bit worried I wouldn't. Vow of the Indomitable. A lot of vows. So now, Nefeli is up here. I probably should have done this... I could have done this sooner, like before I fought Renala, but... I thought she was supposed to be here. Maybe I was supposed to talk to her before I fought Renala. I don't think so. Maybe I have to talk to Gideon some more? Let me see what's going on here, now that I've got the Sight of Grace. Oh yeah, because I might need to be like... I might need to actually ask him... Oh, does she have something else to say?
It's about time I headed off. I'll see you again, warrior.
Okay, I didn't know that I could give it to her here. What happens if I give it to her here? Because I thought that she needs to be, like, in a state of... Like, I thought that she needs to kind of be, like, defeated. After being kind of, like, betrayed by Gideon. I really don't want to give it to her if it means she'll become a puppet. I am super interested to see what happens, but, I'll give it to her.
Is that some kind of medicine that affects the heart? If it's what I think, I have no need of it. I am a warrior.
All
I
right.
need no external aid. Not to brave the horrors of battle, nor to bolster my resolve.
Okay. That was
It's
interesting.
about time I headed off. I'll see you again, warrior, should the fates deign it.
So she refuses the potion at this point because she's confident enough to think that she doesn't need it.
Well, I see you found another great rune.
Another great
Wonderful.
rune.
You are a worthy fellow tarnished indeed. Make the journey to the capital, Leyndell, that lies to the east of the Altus Plateau, at the foot of the Erd Tree. The Two Fingers will deny your passage no longer.
Coolio.
You may be our best hope. Find your way to the Elden Ring, for we are tarnished. And we must answer the call of grace.
And we must answer the call of grace. I think that that is essentially because literally we do have to. I talk about divine commandments all the time. I think that the Tarnished literally have to do this.
Is that potion what I think
Like,
it
they
is?
not just necessarily
Look at
have to,
Salamis.
but they want
I
to.
suppose he's up to something again.
I don't necessarily...
Oh,
I don't know if it's
I
all
won't
the
interfere.
Tarnished. I think it's a lot of the Tarnished,
You
though.
go ahead
Because
and
some
do
of them
what you
don't seem
must.
to necessarily
The
want
Round Table
to...
has no code to speak of. But I ask you this. Are you really going to do the
You know,
bidding of
Corrin.
that twisted
Corrin's not
dolly
going for the
bother?
Elden Ring. Never really
Oh.
was. He's
Would you
definitely
rather
Tarnished
hand
because
that
he's in the Round
potion
Table
to
Hold.
me and see if we can't get one over on the bastard.
And also, what's his name? Is not going for the Elden Ring. Gold Mask. Gold Mask is he's like envisioning a new order, which
Good.
I don't know if that counts
I'll
as
dispose
like
of the potion myself.
seeking the
You
Elden
won't
Ring in
see
a different way.
Salamis, but don't give anything away. Just tell him that you tricked your mark into drinking the potion, as planned. Despite knowing next to bloody nothing, he's so far up his own arse he won't suspect a thing. His inevitable display of arrogance will certainly be a sight to behold.
That's interesting. So, like, why wouldn't he notice? I don't understand.
I understand you've been speaking
Is
to
he just
Nepheli. She's my daughter.
assuming that I wouldn't disobey him? Does he not have any way of checking?
Though a mere axe-wielding barbarian.
Yeah, he probably is
he's
just too
full of
arrogant to think I would
utility
disobey
suited my
him, maybe.
purposes. So I put her to work. Do not hesitate to employ her. Should her services benefit you, despite her looks, she is more than capable in the press of battle.
Alright, so now we should be able to advance our quest. Yeah, I would prefer to get to the ending where she becomes Lord of Limgrave. Lady of Limgrave, whatever. Because we get like 2 ancient dragon smithing stones. You know, on top of it just being the nicest thing to do, you get a pretty good reward out of it, so. Granted, the other ending gets you a pretty nice puppet, though.
Oh, it's you. Well, what do you make of it? What's happened to this village? I witnessed a sight much the same in my infancy. The oppression of the weak. Murder and pillage unchecked. A waking nightmare made by men. But this time, I'm a woman grown. And though the suffering cannot be undone, I can still mete out justice. Justice to the oppressors. Let the scars I carve remind them. I am Nefeli Lu, warrior.
Rude.
But this time, and though the justice to the let the scar.
Okay. So she saw something awful when she was young. I mean, like, I kind of thought that that could be the actions of her own father. She could be adopted, I guess, but, like, I saw it more as just, like, her sort of being horrified by what her father had done, maybe? I don't know. Well, no, because when she knew Godfrey, or Horalu, I don't know what... Would he have been pillaging? Was that... I mean, yeah, right? Wasn't that his... He was told to wage war in a distant land, I think, so... You probably would have seen him doing a fair amount of pillaging. Albinorc Bloodclot. Oh, let's see what this ghost has to say. I think it's just something like, oh, Albus, be quiet, so's no one finds you. Village is done for. Please, even if it's just you, old Albus, hide well and still your breath. Yep. Larval tier, cool. That's interesting. So yeah, I mean, I'm fairly positive that larval tiers were used to create the Albinorics. And I think that that's why juvenile scholars and these first-gen Albinorics both kind of lose the, they don't just, like, lose the ability to walk, they lose their legs. They just disappear. Whoa! Just dropped my entire phone. The whole thing. Not half of it. The whole thing. That's why it sounds like a bomb dropped in here. Oh my god, there's a person here.
I haven't a
Gross.
clue.
There's a gross
No
person
secrets
here.
lie with me, not a one. Oh,
No
please
secrets
leave me
lie with
be.
you? I mean, I would not have thought that you had secrets if you had not said that. What's up?
Wait then. You're not one of them? Well,
Who the hell's them?
what a relief.
You are far too trusting, dude.
Oh, goodness me. I am Albus, an Albinoric. As you can see, we're finished. The whole village is finished. The cursemongers have destroyed everything. No one that remains has their wits about them.
Cursemongers have destroyed everything.
Would you look after this medallion? You must keep it out of the
Interesting.
cursemongers' hands.
I'm wondering if...
And if you should meet the young
Did they
Albinoric
cause
Latenna,
these Albinorics to
then
lose
please
their
give it to
wits?
her.
By, like, cursing the area, or...
A chosen land awaits us Albinorics. The medallion is the key that leads to the city. It's only a quaint treasure for we who cannot make the journey. But for dear Latenna, it is needed to fulfill her purpose. My legs will soon fade, and with them my life. Alas,
That is interesting.
this is the immovable fate of all Albinorics.
I am kind of thinking that that could be because... It could be because their legs signify like a kind of connection to the earth. And I've thought for a long time that the cosmos is probably where death is, and where probably where the Albinorics are from. If they were made from larval tears, they have some ancestry linked to that area at least. So it could be that their like connection to the sky or the cosmos sort of supersedes their connection to the earth, and it just slowly sort of wins. You know, if you could imagine it as like a sort of tug of war between the sky and the earth, then like maybe Albinorics are sort of a little bit balanced towards the sky. So they just sort of are slowly pulled towards the sky by losing their legs. Their connection to the earth is slowly severed. This is 100% a guess. Alright. Still triple there. Can we get a backstab on him? Yep. Cool. Okay, Nefeli is pretty awesome, actually. Crucible Knot Talisman. I have to wonder why... an Omen Killer would drop that. It would make a small, you know, a modicum of sense, or an actual Omen dropped that, maybe, but for an Omen Killer... maybe it's... so it could be implying that... oh, okay, so as a cursemonger, he could have taken that off of someone that was devolving. He could have removed the Crucible Knot from one of his victims or whatever. Like, he might hunt down people that show signs of being connected to the Crucible, like Misbegotten. They kind of just seem like super duper racist. If you're not human, then you're valuable. Okay, let's get out of here. They're like a step below grave robbers. It's like they will... oh, that's right. They will do whatever it takes to sell all these people and their body parts because of their magical properties, but it's like, I guess they draw the line at people. Ooh. Cool. Hooray! Great enemy felled. That is interesting. When else does it say that? 'Cause I have a suspicion that Ensha is, like, kind of a big deal. Like, the actual person we just fought, I don't think was the original Ensha. I think that the bones on the armor, basically, I think he was kind of like a puppet.
Journey to the capital, Leyndell. To the east of the Altus
I think the
Plateau,
original
at the
Ensha might
foot
have been
of
a
the
god,
Erd Tree.
and that's why
The
they
two
had
fingers will
golden
deny your
bones.
passage no longer. You... Oh, my apologies for that nasty business. Ensha got rather ahead of himself, it seems. As his master, I'd like to express my regret. But now, Ensha is slain and gone.
See, I think it
Finished.
was 100%
Forevermore.
just him.
Ah, yes.
I think Gideon
By way of apology,
sicked him on me.
allow me to tender some advice in regard to the half of the secret medallion you possess. Find the Albinoric woman. She hides in a cave to the west of the Laskia ruins, which jut from the mist-shrouded lake of Liurnia. She knows the location of the medallion's counterpart, I'm sure. Find the Albinoric. She hides in a... She knows the...
Great.
The Academy of Rea Lucaria lies to Limgrave's north.
Just wanted to hear him talk
towering
about
over
Renala
the
real quick.
mist-laden lands of Liurnia. Renala is queen of the Carian royals, who govern the Academy. And her great rune dwells within the egg she so dearly clutches.
So that's interesting, because he also seemed to imply that the Carian royals, the royal family, governs the Academy. It's not just Renala. As the head of the Academy, he said that the Carian royals who govern the Academy. Okay, so where was I just going? I could get the medallion. Do I have... How close am I to leveling up? Not that close. Let's go get the medallion real quick. Where is she? Oh, that's right. There's a site of grace, like, right beside her. So...
I told the all-hearing brute already that I possess no such medallion.
I do not believe you,
Or have
lady.
you come to take more from me? Was my other half not enough?
Albus.
Do you speak true? So old Albus entrusted his medallion to you. Then I've no choice but to trust that this was his dying will. Let's try again. I'm Latenna, an Albinoric, the same as old Albus. My apologies for my coarse words earlier. I presume the worst. Seeing that you're another tarnished like that all-hearing brute, I hope that you will forgive me.
It's strange.
The medallion's better off in your hands anyway. Would
Like,
you
it's, you know,
consider
she says,
doing
like,
me a
I'm an
great
Albinoric,
service?
same
I must
as
go back. There is
Albus.
something I must do, even if I
I
must
don't
say
know.
farewell to my wolf.
I don't want to
Lobo.
look too much into
Will you
that.
show me the way? To the land of Miquella's Halig tree. If you accept, I would gladly apprise you of the whereabouts of the
I'm
medallions
wondering
of the heart.
if
Thank you kindly. They
this
say the other half of the
towering lady
medallion
or
is
whatever that
beyond
we're
the
on our way to
forbidden
see
lands
eventually
north of the Erd tree. In
is,
Castle Sol, on the mountain
maybe
tops of the
she has a
giants,
way of, like,
accessible by the grand lift of Rold.
doing something like what Renala does, like rebirthing people, but, like, as replicas of herself. I don't know, I'm still super confused about the Sleeping Albinoric,
Then I
actually.
suppose it's time.
That
Farewell,
is something
Lobo,
I should look into.
my faithful wolf, my better half. I will go with the Tarnished, so that our journey will not have been in vain. Forgive me, Lobo.
Hooray!
Call upon me when needed.
Okie dokie.
And I will fight at your side.
Cool. Now I will go talk to Selvis and be like, I did what you wanted. Even though I didn't. You know, like a liar. Oh, I should also go see Pidia at some point. I forgot about him. Pitiful Pidia. Peddling stuff. I couldn't think of another P word. I don't think he peddles potions.
Ah, so you made Neferi drink the
I hate
potion.
this dude.
Well done. You were a touch more useful than I had thought.
What an idiot.
Very well. Then you shall have your gift. Knowledge of the sorcerous arts under the tutelage of the great preceptor Selvis. I doubt much of it will lay within the grasp of a mere tarnished. But
Jesus, I hate this
if you
dude.
put your mind to it, perhaps you won't embarrass our lady.
Does anyone even know she's here?
You wish to begin right this moment? Well, your impatience, though boorish, is understandable. Let's have at it.
Freezing Mist is nice. We don't have... I forgot, I'm going for like a different kind of build.
So, you had
Yeah, let's see
Neferi
what he has to
drink
say
the
about some of these
potion?
people.
Truly? Then perhaps something was amiss with it. It's concocted from the finest ingredients, but perhaps I should review the recipe. I may have expected too much of her to begin with. Well, well. You're asking me about that, are you?
Yeah.
The task was left to you and the mongrel, was it not?
Yeah, but what are
Not
you even
only
doing?
Are you incompetent?
Like,
But
why are you
shameless to
not
boot.
looking for Nokron?
Well,
It's like the
there's no
whole
helping
thing.
it. Now's as good a time as any. I'll let you in on it. There's a glintstone sorcerer by the name of Selin in Limgrave. She owes me for the help I gave her when she was expelled from the academy. I asked her to look into the matter some time ago. I'll write you a letter of introduction. Go ask her.
So he helped her when she was expelled. And he's a preceptor. So yeah, I'm pretty sure Selin is a Karian and his sister.
You break into a man's private chambers, rooting about as you please?
Yeah,
Your
freak.
officiousness knows no bounds. Fine and well. You
He is
tricked
super
Neferi
arrogant.
and had her drink the potion. I believe that makes you my accomplice.
He is putting so much trust into that one thing I did for him.
Well, normally one of your stature would never be allowed. But perhaps I can make a very special exception. Now,
And I didn't even do it.
choose.
Okay. You know, I never really used Berolina enough. I've heard that she's useful. Now let's go talk to Idia. I think there's also a really nice Int Faith weapon coming up in the form of the Sword of Night and Flame. One of my favorites, actually, that I never really used because I've never done this build before. I don't think that this is actually where it is, but I remembered that it's here. In the area. And Pidia.
Oh,
Arr?
you. Sorry, Your Worship. I apologize for any offense given. I am Pidia, servant to the Carian royal family. I am charged with maintaining these ghastly dolls.
Interesting. So these are cuckoo soldiers. I'm wondering if these were dolls that were taken during the assault, or if they used to supply the cuckoo with their soldiers or something.
Other than the puppets, there are some very fine things up here in this storeroom. Why not pick something out before you go? But please, can you offer poor ill-starred Pythia a little something by way of compensation?
Jesus Christ, yeah, dude, I will pay you. It's so sad that he has to be like, could you please pay me, though? Okay, I don't think I really need... I'll get that. That's cool. I forgot that he also has this. So this is one of, like, a handful of items that really strongly connects the Carians to Castle Sol. So this is one of them. Then we have... one sec, because I am going to go get the Sword of Night and Flame first. But, hold that thought. Whoop. Alright. So there should be a place to jump down somewhere on these walkways. I remember it's somewhere kind of out of the way, like you need to go in the wrong direction. Yeah. So we're looking for some rooftops that I can jump down on. There we go, there it is. And there we go. Before I jump down, yeah, I mean, this looks like the only way, so. And this might be where the Arumi is. No. Although I do think that I can find the Urumi along the same path. I don't remember. So I think this should be the Sword of Night and Flame. Yes. Oh, yes. The other item that connects, or I guess one of the other items that connects Castle Sol to the Carians. So this is the front of Castle, or of the Carian Manor. This is the front of the Carian Manor. I wanted to call it a castle. It's a manor. It's totally different somehow. So I'm looking for a lake. So there it is. So I agree that this isn't like a super definitive connection, but the fact that there are two places that sell items connected to Castle Sol here, and the fact that there are two... Well, I'll get the item first. The fact that there are two items here from Castle Sol. There we go. Whoa, that's a big one. Oh, Hoarfrost Stomp. That's not even the one I thought it was going to be. So Hoarfrost Stomp is, This is the Ash of War. This is the skill that is attached to the Hoarfrost hatchet, which is specifically, like, it's explicitly, I mean, in its description said to be from Castle Saul. I think it was a gift from Castle Saul is what it says, but I don't remember where the hatchet is actually found now. I think it's in the Carian Manor area, but that's... I don't remember, so, oh well. Okay, so I need 24 intelligence and 12 dexterity. That is... I can do that. That's manageable, I guess. I was kind of building up for this. Whatever, we'll see. Now I go talk to Selin.
Young apprentice. First things first. You are a tadpole when it comes to magic. So, to become a sorcerer, first, you must face your ignorance. Now, shall we start learning?
So arrogant, just like her probably brother. Let's go look at that letter of introduction first. Where the hell is... Oh. Okay, so scroll bearing a royal coat of arms, and you can see, like, right here, this is the Carian crest. So, a letter of introduction written by Preceptor Selvis, addressed to a glintstone sorceress by the name of Selin. Contents of the scroll cannot be discerned.
You wish to... Very well. Well, well. Selvis is not a name I ever wanted to hear again. But fine. If it will help you, my apprentice, I offer my knowledge. The stars alter the fate of the Carian royal family.
And see, like, also,
And the fate of your mistress, Rani.
the fact that
But
she
long
knows
ago,
this, and, like,
General Radahn challenged the
Selvis
Sylvan
doesn't.
constellations, and in a crushing victory arrested their cycles. Now he is the force that repulses the stars. If General Radahn were to die, the stars would resume their movement, and so too would Rani's destiny.
So, a preceptor, which is what Selvis is someone that is essentially a teacher. He's a teacher. And Carian preceptors wear these masks that are symbols of the fact that, like, they cannot give away the Carian secrets. It's a reminder not to give away their secrets. So the preceptors are given all this special knowledge, and they're told not to, like, give any of it away, so they're trusted with these secrets. And even then, Selvis did not know what Selin knew. Even though, by all accounts, Selvis should have all of this forbidden knowledge or whatever, I think the fact that Selin knew that, and Selvis didn't, is because Selin is one of the Carian princesses, and Carian princesses are important, and I think Carian princes, I think, kind of aren't. I don't think they're really seen as, like, a big deal. Which is why Selvis is not really treated like royalty. Did I never beat that guy? No, I didn't. I don't know if well, I'll try. If I remember correctly, I was not doing enough damage to this dude. So do I have anything to kind of counteract this poison, or... Nope. Alright. Wrong direction. I have Flame Cleanse Me, but I'll remove the torch, because I don't need that. Oh, I forgot I can do this! I think that I can summon her because I beat Millicent. Pollyanna, adopted daughter. Oh cool, I get my runes back. 434. Wow, worth. Pollyanna, is she just sort of like tanking O'Neil right now? Whoops, not what I wanted to do. So I think what he just used was Vacuum Blade, which is explicitly said to be a lost skill of Stormveil. Oop, better run away. Got it far enough. Oh, Pollyanna. She's dead. How she healed? Maybe she had a. Maybe she has one heal in her. Amazing. Okay. Even if Pollyanna does not, you know, that was... If that was her only contribution to the fight, that was enough. Did not mean to crouch. Not doing so bad. I don't know if I needed to use that heal, but okay. I need to back up for that one. I was really worried I was out of healing there. Yikes. Okay, so I might be able to take him out. Alright, let's just try this again, yeah. Oh yeah, what does that Vow of the Indomitable do, also? I don't remember that. Oops, okay. Oh, it's a shield skill. Momentary invincibility, that's kind of cool. Where is that summon sign? Thought it was over here. Oh, Jesus Christ. For real? That's... whatever. Wait, did he get to come into the arena? No way. Is that allowed? That's... okay, timeout. Let's just refresh this whole deal. Cool. So here it is. So this time, I think that if I can take care of these early dudes a little bit faster, like these guys here. Alright, doing good so far. Alright, that's all of them. Cool. This is my chance to really get some nice staggers on him. Oh god. Oh my god, can you interrupt that? Oh my god. She actually did the stabbing. Nice. The power of friendship. And overwhelming tactical aggression. Go. I've got so much healing left. If only I could... yeah, I just need to make sure I don't whiff this. Immediately starts whiffing it. Cool. Yikes. Too early. Cool. Whoopsie. Alright. Last of my healing. Alright, great enemy felled. So I guess it just says that whenever you beat a boss. And I still need a little bit of a boost to make a level up. To be able to level up. Yeah, I guess I will maybe start. I don't know if I should commit to getting to 30 first before I start putting points into intelligence. Well, yeah, I'll get to 30 because I need a lot more intelligence before some of that stuff starts becoming really useful. So now I need to find Gowry, or return to Gowry. He can't really move, so find is not the right word. Okay, there's Gowry with his weird little watch dog thing. I still don't 100% understand if this is on his side or not. It's weird that it feels like it's watching over him, but like also it will attack me even if I'm cool with him.
You found the unalloyed gold needle.
Yeah, it was exactly where you
As
said it would be.
promised, I've detailed the secret.
Again,
of
it's not so much
Celia
about the
right
finding.
here. Go on. It's yours.
Oh my god, I solved that like a million
Now
years ago,
let me
dude.
have a look at the needle.
It's like so not a secret. Hey, you see those
Well,
three
this is a
towers
marvel
with
indeed.
unlit
The work of a
torches?
true artisan, a meticulous, bold
The secret
craftsman who
is that
grasps
lighting the
essence of
torches
life.
does
Can you give me
something.
some time with this? As well made as it is, it won't be much use snapped in half, will it?
Like, wow, dude, never would have figured that out. I haven't played a single video game in my entire life.
Can you give me
Never would have thought
some
that lighting all the
time
torches
with
would do
this?
something.
As well made as it is.
So I don't, I might have just talked over him saying this. He says a line about the needle that says something like, it's created by someone that understands the true essence of life. That is almost definitely Mikola. It's not super clear what that means. Or how... But it is, okay, it is really interesting that Gowry is just able to tell from how well the needle is designed that this person understands life so well. Which I guess should also tell you that I guess Gowry does, to a degree.
I have awaited your return. The needle is repaired. Now it will forestall the rotting sickness, I'm sure. Will you give it to the girl, Millicent? I will reward you in kind. Millicent rests at the church atop the cliff beyond Celia, the town yonder. Tended to by the witless.
Are we talking about Nicolar? What's up, Garfield? A little, yeah.
A wretched fate, indeed.
Mikola
The
made
poor
the golden
girl,
needle
she never
that
wished for
we
any of
get
this.
from O'Neill, probably.
Do you find it that I would show such concern for the girl? Well, I'm the one that found her.
He seems to have a very
A
deep
mere
understanding of how
babe
life
in the
works,
swamp
which
of
I guess
Aeonia.
makes sense if
She
he's,
is one
you
of
know,
my
a
dear daughters.
child of
But the rotting
America,
sickness
and as
erodes
if he's as
one's
smart as he's said to
memory.
be.
I doubt that she remembers the first thing about me. Oh, I must be getting old. I didn't always worry so much.
This thing he says right here. Well, he says something like,
Now, all she's convalescing and do so.
oh, it's after You give her the needle. He says, "I've found that it's best to be forgotten." I kind of think that he is somehow a manifestation of the rot. Like, he is like an avatar of the rot, maybe? Maybe in a way that's even, like, comparable to
Well, it matters
America? I'm not super sure. Like, maybe Shabriri and Gowry are both sort of these
with scarlet rot. It is a
eternal
curse,
sort of beings. I'm not sure
not to be
why.
meddled with by man.
Well, America, that is definitely different.
You ask that I stab myself
But
with
it
the
does
needle.
seem like they both sort of
Quell the
embody
scarlet
these
rot.
outer god level
how?
forces.
Never mind. I've decided I would rather trust you than simply continue to spoil from within. Would you mind averting your eyes for a moment?
Demons and angels. Yeah, they are. They definitely do feel like demons. With the way that they sort of... They can kind of, like,
Well,
inhabit
that
bodies.
was
And,
easier than expected.
Gowry, I guess, can disguise himself.
But why do I feel so... I hoped to see you again. My apologies for when last we met. I fainted before I could even
I
thank
do
you.
think there's an item
Everything
Gowry
is
isn't
as you
actually
said.
there. Well,
Since
he's possessing
inserting
the
the
body of a
needle, the
pest,
scarlet
right, but I mean,
rot
so is
has ceased
Shabriri,
to
right?
writhe.
Like, Shabriri
Even
isn't
the
really there.
nightmares had
Shabriri
abated.
is possessing the body
now,
of Yura.
Though I can scarcely believe it
Um,
myself. I can move as I please.
I don't know if
Not
they
that I could ever
are
truly
anywhere.
repay you.
I think that they are sort of
I
an
would like you to have
incorporeal,
this.
ethereal, like a
By way of
bodiless
A token, though it
thing
is.
that kind of speaks for this force that is sort of beyond comprehension. Like, we know, something says that Scarlet Rot is the essence of an outer god. I think that it's the map of, the Lake of Rot. So, if there is...
I'm
If
considering
Gowry is this
leaving
thing that seems to have
on a
the
journey
interest of Rot
with the needle buried in my flesh.
at
I've
heart,
started to
and,
recall
you know, he seems to be definitely
that
on the side of
dimly
Rot. He's trying
my
to
destiny.
create an
It's all thanks
era,
to
or
you.
an age of
My name is
Rot,
Millicent.
basically. Oh,
I
you
pray
got some
fate
ads? Alright.
permits us meet again.
Okay, let's see. Where do I go next? Well, Millicent is gone. So... Okay, you're back? Cool. So, I will fight here. So, if, the Lake of Rot map says that Scarlet Rot is the essence of an outer god, and Gowry really does seem to kind of be... There's an item that says something like... I think it's like the Canvas Faith something. It says that the faith of the followers kind of allowed their leader to almost like ascend. I'm not sure if I'm sort of paraphrasing that or interpreting that a little bit, but like that is how I interpreted it. I think that everyone's faith in Gowry sort of allowed him to exist beyond himself as sort of like an avatar of the Outer Rot. Or of Scarlet Rot. I mean, I don't know if that's necessarily... I don't know how. Really, the how is not what I want to get into as much as the... I think that he speaks... You know, he is the Lorax. He speaks for the Rot.
Celebration of war. The Radon Festival.
And I think that in the same way, Shabriri is this sort of... He's a person that used to exist, apparently. Something happened that allowed him to exist beyond his own body and exist beyond himself, beyond death maybe even. And now he sort of speaks for the frenzied flame. Like Gowry is trying to attain an age of rot, and Shabriri is trying to attain an age of frenzied flame. Like they're both trying to attain their own.
Looks like you're still in one piece. You must have heard
They're both
that
trying
night,
to
right?
shape order
It's
in some
Starscourge
way,
Radahn holding
to
on his
in an
fate
outer
in
god's
stasis.
favor.
But once he's out of the way,
That's how I see it.
back into motion. So now,
That's why I would call them
we
demons.
stand against the demigod once known as the
That's
strongest of them
so
all.
like I do think
The way
that it's
his
a matter of
business is
perspective to a degree, because like,
sword and
you know,
fire.
like it's like, what is a demon but like another religion's angel? You know, it's like if they became the new order, all these things that were these unholy demons would be embodiments of the new order, and I guess they would be, you know, considered. It's kind of like how something says, if everyone's cursed, it's not a curse, it's a blessing, or whatever. Like, I think that the order is just, it determines what is natural or right. Well, I don't know about natural, but
Once more into
it
the fray
determines how
together.
things work.
This might even be fun. Once more into the fray together, eh?
Shabriri is actually referred to as a demon, but yeah, perspective is important. Yeah. I mean, I guess, especially since Shabriri's age, the sort of
Indeed, I thought I might find you here.
era that he is
By the by, do you know for
trying to usher in is sort of one where there is no one really exists anymore.
General Radahn himself?
Angel, demon are quite subjective
I
terms.
could
Totally.
voice a great
Yeah. I mean,
champion of the shattering,
to people that
demigod
maybe
in
to
the flesh.
other
In truth, I quiver
Um,
at the thought. Such
whatever
is
they're
his
called,
frightful
other
rage.
people that are afflicted by the frenzied flame, they could
Fear simply assures me the ordeal
consider
is worth
Shabriri like
undertaking. Be
their
sure to get a
angel,
good vantage, my friend.
their savior,
Iron Fist
because he is
Alexander,
trying
hereby
to
vow to
get this.
unflinchingly brave
He's
this
trying to
ordeal.
achieve this sort of what they've been told is a state of painlessness, a state where everyone is you know, essentially the ideal afterlife. Interesting. So is that Okina? Does Okina have any of his blood arts now? Like, or like rather when we summon him? Like, can he do any of the River of Blood stuff?
Young chum, the festival begins.
Because I have to wonder if this was maybe like before he met Moog or something. Oh, he does? Okay.
Before we begin, allow me to paint you the full picture.
This is one of the coolest cutscenes in the whole game. Really, just all the Radahn ones are. Radahn is really cool. Very cinematic.
Ever to wander. Eaten from the inside by Melania's scarlet rot, his wits are long gone.
It would be interesting to see with a double slash katana, though.
Now he gathers the corpses
Wait,
of former
what
friends
would be
and
interesting to
foes
see?
alike, gorging on them.
I might have lost my train of thought. Just heard something fall. I have no idea what it was.
Howling at the
It's an
sky.
eraser. Alright.
But now, we must make
Oh, Okina with his OG setup. Oh, does he not have
the celebration.
he doesn't have the
The Radahn
what do you call it? The dagger or whatever, whatever the left-hand dagger is. Those notes, by the way, the oh, those are the exact same notes that are the beginning of like the Halo, like oh. Yeah, the Halo 3 menu theme. And if you're anything like me, you probably won't be able to unhear it. Just thinking, hypothetically, Okina during the festival has the exact same loadout as when he invaded you. Oh, gotcha. I think that does make me feel a little better, because, well, I don't know if it makes me feel better, but it does help us... I don't know if it does, because it's like... I don't even know what to make of the fact that some of these people show up here. Like, what does it even mean that Okina is here? Does he know Radahn somehow? Is he even really here, or is he just sort of like a video gamey... I mean, well, I don't know. I feel like he has to... There has to be some significance to him being here. Oh, I forgot the menu was open. Cool. There's someone up there I can summon. A couple people. Alexander. Carolina. Okay. No one there, I guess. Tina has died. Sucker. Cool. Everybody's sicking. Ouch. Actually, let's take a look at him down real quick. Bro just wants to fight, I guess. Let's just take a look around. First of all, Radahn's crazy face, which looks weird as hell. His skin is super gray. I wondered before if demigods, or at least gods, have skin made of stone, and this kind of makes me wonder. I've always wondered also if, like, yo, what is this hoof doing? That is insane. That's hilarious. I love that. Is it snapping back? No, it's still on his right side. Oh my god. Okay, let's continue this weird ass fight. Yeah, I mean, like, Okina, I don't know, but Okina seems like he's been turned into something, like, mindless. Like, I wouldn't have thought that he would be something that had enough, like, presence or self-awareness to be like, oh, I should go and fight Radahn at the Radahn Festival. Like, I kind of saw him as just being, like, sort of screaming, bloodthirsty lunatic kind of person. Because he, you know, his weapon said he, like, renounced his mind or something, I think. he tried... Oh my god, what was that? Well, he got me there. Ow. Jesus. I don't know if I want to do this fight quite yet anyway. There might be a couple other quests that I want to progress or check out before I do this. Thirsty for demigod blood, huh, Kina? Maybe. Could be. I think that Moog gave him this sort of, like, thirst for blood, where he promised him that his thirst for blood would never go, unsated or something. Might be time to actually finally go to Lindell. So I don't really... Wait, do I have a Shiburi grape? I think that I get it, like, along this path, so... The meaning of phantoms in this game is something interesting. Yeah, I kind of see what you mean, because it's like... It's kind of hard to really tell how much significance is behind it sometimes. Like, it seems like the character is loosely connected to the place that they're invading you at, probably. Cut content seems to attribute summoning phantoms as drawing upon power from an ally's subconscious. Interesting, like, drawing upon... Like, so, the phantoms that are being summoned are the subconscious that you're drawing power from? If I'm understanding that correctly?
Your seamster, Bok. He is always eager to see your return. Please.
Cut character Gilbert
Will
says
you
something
talk
after
to
you
him
defeat a foe with him
when you can?
defeat a foe with him
I'm
summoned.
sure he would be much contented.
Good to see you, Master. Do you remember me?
I also
Bok the
am pretty
Demi-Human.
sure
You helped me before. And
that
retrieved my sewing
Bok and the
needle.
Demi-Humans had
Please,
something to do with
Master,
Radagon.
Allow me to serve you as your
Because
seamster.
Radagon is the
I
one
can't make
that
nothing from scratch,
brought the
but
gold needle with
I'm happy
him.
to make adjustments to your garments.
And the only other seamster we know in the entire game is this dude, and he talks about a royal... Well, I think he implies that... I think he implies that his parent could, like, do stuff for demigods, but I might be wrong. He might specifically say the opposite.
Master, I was wondering.
He talks about a dream he had
Do you ever
that
make
you two were fighting
adjustments
together
to
side
your
by
garb
side.
yourself? I would, well, rather
Oh,
let me do the
so,
job
like-
when possible, please. I don't ask anything in return, you know, and well.
So that's interesting when
I
it,
am
you
your
know, being
personal
invaded by
seamster
phantoms.
After all.
You know, it could be like a piece of that person's subconscious that's like attached to that area. You know, like a sort of something sort of like a restless spirit, but it's like a fragment of them that they left behind, echoes, if you will.
Oh, please do be.
Because there is, like, you know, we get invaded by a version of... First of all, yeah, we get invaded by one person 3 times. The lady with... Oh. The lady with the big cleaver. The ogress. Anastasia. Ouch. It's no fair. He, did something to cheat that I will explain later when I figure out how he cheated. Anastasia hungers. Yeah, and I mean, all the places... I should really take a look at all the places that she, like, invades us at, too. Like, one of them is this church here. I think another one is, like, a shack in Gelmer. Not super sure, but, yeah. Let's go get that Shabriri grape, I think. And I think that makes sense, too, because, like, you know, I've always kind of had trouble relating to other people how I see, like, Melina being summoned to fight Morgott, because I really don't think that it's her there, per se. Like, I don't really think that's how summons work. I'm much more comfortable with the idea that they are, like, pieces of their subconscious. Because I also kind of think that that is actually what spirit summons are. I think that ashes contain, like, fragments of a person's memory, and that a spirit summon is just sort of summoning it's summoning bits of their memory that remember how to fight. It's, you know, like ashes of war, or like summoning ashes. It's the idea of a warrior, basically, is being summoned. Because they never mentioned being there after the fact. Yeah, because I don't really think that they are conscious of it. The fact that he sees it in a dream, I like that. Did I pick up a Shabriri grape and did not even register? Where is that other grape? Am I forgetting? Oh, it's probably in this stupid town. Or is that where the fingerprint grape is? Whatever. Let's go. Wait. I think that one of the fingerprint grapes is actually really close to where... It's in the Purified Ruins? Yeah. It's close to one of the locations she actually travels to. I need to use these again at some point and remember where these all go to. Because it's kind of... Some of these locations are weird. What exactly do they mean by Purified Ruins? Alright, so I think... Mount 1, all from the darkness underground. So yeah, I think that this area used to be associated with the Frenzied Flame somehow. Which is strange because it seems like a lot of Eastern Liurnia was, if that's the case. Or is, I guess. Purified might mean, you know, like they removed the influence of the Frenzied Flame, or like the Three Fingers or something. The really weird thing, though, that there's a two-finger heirloom here. So, okay, yeah. Two fingers heirloom there, right next to a Shabriri grape. That feels so extraordinarily important, and I do not know why. I think that the Cuckoo are getting... So I think that the Cuckoo are... Like, they use puppets to bolster their forces. And I think that they, like, go and kidnap people to use for puppets. There are cuckoo summons that basically say it's like it summons one cuckoo soldier with like 2 disposable foot units or whatever, and they do kind of look not right, I think, if I remember correctly. Let's see if I can, well, there's some over there. See if we can get a look at their faces. Yeah. I mean, maybe that's just... Maybe I need to look at some other soldiers, see if they all look like... I guess a lot of people look like zombies, but I didn't remember other soldiers looking like that. First, let's see where this teleporter brings us. I think that's actually why they're called cuckoo. So, like, the cuckoo is a bird. It's actually pretty messed up. A cuckoo is a bird that will lay its egg in another bird's nest. And then when that bird hatches, they normally hatch faster than whatever. Like, they pick a certain kind of bird to lay their their egg in. That egg usually hatches faster than whatever that kind of bird is. It will push the other chicks out of the nest, the ones that are actually the children of the birds that own the nest, whatever, and it will trick the parents into raising it instead, killing the actual children. So pretty messed up. But I think that in this metaphor, bodies could be seen as nests, you know, and they're pushing the souls out to be used by them as puppets, is how I see it. So it brought me here, which I guess is right to Rhea Lucaria. Purified ruins have a connection to Rhea Lucaria, and I think that there are teleporters throughout Rhea Lucaria that connect back to Purified ruins. It's kind of poetic considering what Radagon did, leaving Brunalla heartbroken and all. This is not where I meant to go. Wait, what's kind of... Oh, pushing the birds out of the nest and then being, like, having them be raised. Oh, yeah. I mean, I guess... It is entirely possible that Radagon tricked Brunalla into, like, raising children that weren't hers. You know, like Marika's children or something, I guess. But I don't know. I don't know if that would be super dramatic and cool.
Hello?
And I guess maybe
Is
when he
someone
became
there?
Marika, that could
Would
sort
you
of
donate
be
any Shabriri grapes in your
a metaphor
possession
for
to
what
me?
happened to them,
I'm
too.
on a
That
pilgrimage
works.
in search of the distant light. And when I eat one of those grapes, I can feel the light in the back of my eyes. Oh, many thanks to you. Now I can feel the distant light once more. That aside, I wonder what Shabriri grapes really are.
So yeah, this
They
reminds
look
me
to
a
be
lot of,
tender and
like,
sweet, yet searing. What a sight they must be
Hayata,
to behold.
or maybe it's Irina. I think it's Irina from Dark Souls 3. She
No,
initially rejects the darkness. The darkness
That's not
is
possible. Not all of those people.
this thing that is
They're
like gnawing away at
So those
her or
noises I
nibbling at
heard
her, and
were-
she's really kind of scared of it. She rejects it. And Irina's, you know,
Sorry. I'm alright now.
she felt the presence of
mind
this
me.
light. I think it's sort of a light that can only be seen in darkness. I think it's the same light that guided the guilty to the blood moon. Okay. Sorry, to the blood star, not the blood moon. So I think that this light that she's seeing can be You know, it's a light, but I think it is a sort of dark light, if that makes sense.
Is that you over there?
It's a light that
I've gleaned
represents
something very
darkness. It is a
important
light
indeed, thanks to you.
from the darkness, and I
reason
think it's
why it was
luring
eyes
her
I had to
deeper
eat.
into the darkness
distant
where
light
the frenzied flame
It's
is.
far and frail, so faint it can't be seen by the naked
But once
eye.
she gets enough of
But
this
when
darkness
everyone's
within
eyes
her,
together, it appears.
she actually kind of
Finally,
develops a like
it all
hunger
makes
for
sense.
it.
I'm certain now.
If I remember correctly, that's what
will
kind of
be
happens to
finger
Irina
maiden.
as well in Dark Souls 3.
I've gleaned something very. I'm certain now. I will be a finger maiden.
Wait a second.
I've gleaned something very important indeed, thanks to you. I'm certain now. I will be a finger maiden.
Did she used to speak like that? She sounds really robotic. Let me talk to her here. I've never really noticed that her voice changes there.
Oh, hello. Is that you over there? Have you ever heard of fingerprint grapes? They're special grapes which only grow on those who've been clasped by the burnt fingers. I would truly love to try one. The distant light seems far closer than before, but I can't sense a thing from the usual grapes anymore. Please, could you donate a fingerprint grape to me? Without one, I don't know. I feel like I might go mad.
So, the really strange thing here is that, so we give her a fingerprint grape here in this church, and then she just makes it like all the way over here underground at the Three Fingers. And this place almost definitely has some kind of connection to the Three Fingers. I feel like all the places that she goes to might have connections to Three Fingers. Because we actually find Shiburi grapes at almost every single one of the places that she goes to. Or the first two. First two places at least. Stormvale Castle, Shiburi grape. Purified Ruin, Shiburi grape. Then her dad has one. Whoops, wrong direction. So, but I think that Bellum Church, you know, she went there because the light guided her there, and she said it seems closer than ever. And then she just makes it all the way to Lindell. We need to give her, like, we had to give her a grape every, like, 10 feet. And then all of a sudden we give her this special grape, and she just is good for the rest of the way. Granted, it's a special grape. But I have to wonder if she didn't maybe have to travel as far as we think. Like, maybe that church has some kind of connection to the Three Fingers or the Underground or something. There could, I mean, I'm not suggesting necessarily that Fingers gave her fast travel. Honestly, I would be happier with that answer if I felt like it was possible. Just like, yeah, she teleported, whatever. It'd be so convenient.
Spoken echoes of Queen Marika linger here as well. Shall I share them with you? In Marika's
But yeah, so I think,
words,
oh yeah,
the
in that
Earth Tree
cuckoo
governs
metaphor, we
all.
could see primal glintstones also as
The
being like
choice
the
is
egg
thine.
in this metaphor,
Become
like that is
one
being put into
with
this
the
nest
order,
and pushing out the actual
or
soul.
divest thyself of it, to wallow at the fringes. A
To be frank, I don't think
powerless
Shibriri had a
upstart.
rolled medallion. Yeah, I mean, well, that's true. I was gonna say, did Yura make it up there? But also Shibriri, like, that dude seems like he's on some like X Games shit or something. Like, I feel like he can do what he wants. Because also Millicent makes it up there too. It's also possible that we, like, clear the way for these people, like, after we kill Morgott, like, the way to... Well, no, because we still need to use the medallion to work. The really weird thing... Oh, I don't have it. The last place we find Millicent before we find her in the mountaintops, I forgot I don't have... Do I have either half the medallion, actually? I have one half. The other half is stupid, though. Whatever. Alright, so the last place that we find Millicent before she's in the mountaintops is Dominula, like the Windmill Village. And I mean, you know, I guess that's fine. That's relatively close to the mountaintops. Like, she could have traveled from there to the mountaintops, like, through Lindell. It's not unreasonable. But, I don't know. It's interesting to think that there might have been some kind of deeper connection to, like, maybe there were other ways to the mountaintops in the past. I'm not against the idea that the Earth was sort of shaped and twisted in a lot of different ways over the years, especially since we have evidence of, first of all, actual rock, earth, magic kind of stuff via the beasts. Second of all, Horolu's skill, like the skill that we get from Horolu's remembrance, is literally called Horolu's Earthshaker. So, it does kind of feel like something they're almost setting up. And he has those attacks where he straight up sticks his hands into the earth and then, like, makes it explode or whatever. Like, I don't even know. Oh, forgot. They call this the Coward's Passage or whatever, but, like, you have to fight a worm to get through here. And a bunch of bats. It is objectively, like, scarier to take this path. There's definitely something special about primal humans in Elden Ring. Yeah, if I'm being honest, I think that I kind of think that there's two species of people, low-key. I think that the Newmen were descended from star beings, star people. I don't know if that's Onyx and Alabaster Lords or what, but I think that humans are much more closely related to just, like I think that they are evolved beasts. And I think that demi-humans are almost like an explicit... Like, it's not like a real explicit confirmation of this, because de-evolution is a thing, apparently. But, like, they are devolving... Well, no, you know what? I feel like that is low-key a confirmation. If de-evolution is a thing, and they're devolving into beast-like states, then that implies that humans were evolved from beasts. And they're explicitly said to be demi-humans. Like, in the same way a demigod is halfway between a human and a god. I feel like that's what a demi-beast is. I don't feel like they are a mixture of a human and a beast. I think that they're devolved people. They're either devolved people, or they could be, like, remnants of, you know, when something... There might be remnants of the demi-humans that eventually became humans. Like, they might just be like some of the demi-humans that never continued to evolve, because that's not really, you know, that's not how evolution works. They don't just all evolve. Evolved monkeys, if you will. With the way that Elden Ring works, I don't even know if it's necessarily like monkeys. I think that some people could have been lions or something. Like, some of those demi-humans look feline, weirdly enough. I think that it could have been a lot of different beasts that, like, maybe they, like, are part Newman or something like that, and that's sort of why they look more human-like. You know, they are taking the shape of, like, Onyx and Alabaster Lords or something. I don't know. But, like, it's possible that all these different beasts evolved towards, like, a similar shape. And kind of all ended up becoming the same thing, even though they started out as different stuff. But a lot of this is just hella speculative. Could be a guy around this corner that wants to... Whoops. I was wrong. All right. Ooh. I knew that was a trap. Just kind of looked like one. It really felt like a piece candy kind of setup. It's just sitting there. I need to remember where the gold scarab beetle is. So, these are those ruins that I talk about every once in a while. This is what I kind of consider to be the... These are second generation ruins. Like, you know, first generation is like the old civilization. I think that these are the second generation. I think that they are people that came from the old civilization and sort of advanced. You know, they didn't just use the same building techniques for forever. These could also be like the survivors or the leftovers of the old dynasty. Something might have happened to it. So, these second generation ruins are like everywhere. I think that they could be related to like the astrologers, because those astrolabes are also kind of everywhere. And I have several reasons to believe that the astrologers were came from the old dynasty or connected to it in some way, mainly through the Night Crest, the Night Sorcery Crest. I am pretty sure that astrologers used night sorcery before glintstone sorcery existed, and night sorcery, the crest for night sorcery is the exact same crest as bubble sorcery that the Claymen use. cool. Okay. Anyone else? And we're good. These ruins are some of the most complete ruins that we have from this age. Most of the time, it's just going to be like pillars that look like this or whatever in the middle of nowhere, built into a wall or something, with this weird sort of nonsensical blob at the top of the pillars, and these cool little kind of like wavy, twisty, circular kind of patterns that remind me of Miquella's crest. But yeah, then you have this whole deal here. Oh, never really noticed this. So, what the hell is that? More blobbery. Their way up there? There's a way to get closer. It's possible that it's not rendering properly. Because I'm kind of far away. Something I would like to point out, though, is that I have considered the fact that in the past there were 2 trees. Or, like, not necessarily 2 trees, but that the great tree, might have looked like 2 trees that were kind of spiraled around each other. Like the one on the cross tree Great Shield. And this, I think, could be a depiction of that. Sort of 2 trees leaning towards each other. Which also seems like what the Halig tree was supposed to be. Like, there's sort of 2 trunks that you can see were spiraling in a way. My best guess is that one of those trunks represented death and one of them represented life, and that the Erd tree looks the way it does because, you know, it's just one trunk because it just represents life. But, again, I am mostly guessing right now. Oh, there's nothing. Oh. There isn't nothing. There isn't never not nothing over here. I hope that I used enough negatives to make that a positive. Okay, we can get a little higher. These bats seem to appear in pretty close to, like, all of... I want to say that they are by these ruins pretty much every time. Like, almost every single place that we find these bats, they are by places that I think... Or they're by or in places that I think are related to this older civilization. Like Fort Faroth, maybe? Maybe not, because Fort Faroth, if I'm remembering correctly, that's the one I am thinking of. That also could have just... Yeah, that place could have just been overrun because it's dark. But they might have lived in Caelid. Caelid bothers me because it is the place that we will pretty much always know the least about. So much potential information just sort of probably rotted away. The whole place is a swamp now, and all we have are like remnants of some buildings. Because something a spirit actually says is that, and this is pretty interesting, Scarlet Rot doesn't just eat away at life. There is a spirit here... yeah, here at the Rotview balcony. He says that the Scarlet Rot is, like, eating away at the earth itself. Like, the fact that this swamp is in a butterfly shape over here is probably literally because this is where she released the Scarlet Aeonia and, well, probably the Heart of Aeonia, and then it sort of just ate a hole into the ground to contain a swamp. Oh, that's right, I forgot. Check that thing up there. The rot consumes. For real, it does. It's actually made me wonder if the Scarlet Rot could have been like the Crucible of Life or something like that, because it is all life, you know, ideally, if everything, well, ideally, theoretically, if everything was consumed by Scarlet Rot, it would be all life mixed together. It is red, which is a color strongly associated with the Crucible. It seems too spontaneous. Also, rot is called the process of rebirth put into practice. So it's not just about death. It is literally about like a cycle of life and death, which seemed like what the Crucible was also about. So I've kind of wondered if like the rot, if the Crucible was like rot that was maybe like stabilized to not decay again, or not decay as fast, maybe with gold. Okay, I'm not really, just kind of looks like squiggles. Nothing but squiggles. Probably. A lot of their art and aesthetics are these just sort of wavy, curvy lines and stuff. It's really abstract is the problem. It doesn't, it's really hard to, oh, there's a couple of things I actually want to point out about these bats. There's a special one here that has this, like, headdress, has this kind of unique thing on it. If you've seen my video on, like, stars and stuff. What's that? Oh my god. Sorry, I heard a sound. We have a loft apartment, and our bed is up on this loft. We don't have a lot of space between the actual bed and the ceiling. My girlfriend is pretty tall, so she hits her head against the ceiling kind of a lot, because she's also kind of clumsy. Anyway, yeah, this is 1 dot surrounded by 6 dots. I talk about it in my video about stars. Symbology video. Oh, and the other thing I wanted to point out, she also uses Rancor Call. Or actually, more specifically, she uses Ancient... Wow, that really supports my theory a lot, I feel like. She uses Ancient Death Rancor, which I am pretty sure is, I'm almost 99% sure that they are the ancient hexes of Gelmir that Rykard used to... Oh god. That Rykard used to create his that Rykard modified to create his magma sorceries. No! Oh, so they also have briars around their legs, which is a symbol of the guilty, implying that they are being punished for something, possibly. If that attack had got me, I would have died. Like, it's almost impossible to survive that. It just does so much damage. So yeah, she might know this sort of Ancient Death Rancor hex because she is from a time before the Age of the Erd Tree, when death was I mean that loosely associates her with like the Deathbirds and like their kind of death, or their age of death. because these death hexes are part of the same death sorceries or whatever that use Ghost Flame, like the Deathbirds do. So yeah, that is actually interesting. I hadn't considered that before. Death bats, for real. Yeah, or at least there's one death bat. But nice. I thought I can summon Millicent, or yeah, can't I summon Millicent for this fight? Do I have to? Ah, there's somewhere I have to talk to her over here. I think. Maybe? I thought that the first place I see her is in Lindell. I need it to be brighter. Or not Lindell, I thought it was on the Altus Plateau. Oh, no, you're right. I forgot that she has to go say goodbye to Gowry. Thank you for reminding me. That's what's going on. And the fact that she goes to the Windmill Village, by the way, might be significant because, so they are a bunch of, there are a bunch of people celebrating there, and there women dancing as part of a festival. Special, I guess, celebrants wear blue.
Oh.
And,
hello again. Something
the blue dancer
this place felt
is
familiar to me. So I decided
pretty much
to
the
pay a
person
visit.
or the blue dancer is
Hoping to
either the
find
fairy
someone
that
here,
gave the blind
but I've only
swordsman
found emptiness.
Perhaps
their
before my
weapon, or
departure,
the actual swordsmen
I needed
themselves.
someone to say farewell
And
to.
that area has a lot of weird associations that apply to this blind swordsman.
Well,
And
never mind that.
I also am pretty sure that
he
he used a shamshir, or
For
that a
which
shamshir
I
has
have
something
you
to
to
do with this
thank.
blind swordsman,
I
because we
must
find
stay
the
strong.
shamshir, the only one that we can find in the game, in the same cave that we get the Blue Dancer charm. And Millicent uses a shamshir that has Melania's signature waterfowl dance on it. It's a special shamshir.
Never mind that. I must focus on my journey, for which I have you to thank. I must stay strong.
So I'm pretty sure before we give her the needle, she doesn't have this mark on her face. I don't know if that's from the needle or if that is just sort of supposed to be a representation of
Well, I must
like the rot that is being held back inside of her. You know, somehow I forgot about that dude. Why hasn't he been attacking me? Have I just been getting through here too fast, or... Because he's genuinely the worst. No, she has that mark before, it's just covered by her hair? Oh, okay. I thought I looked for it before, but I must have, I probably just missed it. Wait. Nope.
Thank you kindly for giving the needle to Millicent. Now she too can begin her journey and stare her fate straight in the eye. You've been a saint through and through. As thanks, I vow to impart to you my knowledge of the lost sorceries of the Selians, descendants of the Eternal.
Descendants of the Eternal. Totally forgot about that.
Oh, you noticed, did
Ow.
you?
Just hit my arm on the desk.
Indeed, Millicent did visit this hollow.
Probably made a sound with the mic.
It seems the memories eaten away by the rotting sickness
It totally
yet
didn't.
remain, but faintly.
Never mind, it didn't hit my arm.
However, she has no need of me anymore. No, she must embark on her journey and stare her fate in the eye. I mustn't impede. As I've aged, I've found the best way to aid the young.
See, so the fact that he says the best way to aid the young is to be forgotten, I am almost wondering if he, like, is... You know, he's probably just saying that he wanted to be gone so that she wouldn't remember him at all. But I almost have to wonder if he has some kind of control over how, like, how much of her memories or which of her memories were taken. Like, maybe he, like, intentionally made her forget him, you know, not just by, you know, bouncing as soon as she showed up. So yeah, these sorceries, exact same crest in the background here. Not that one. Those sorceries. Exact same crest as the of the bubble sorceries. Sorry, I got confused here. I've considered, because this does say one of the glintstone sorceries of the Academy of Rea Lucaria, but I have wondered if this conspectus could have originally been created in Celia. And this could be a confirmation of it, the fact that he's selling it here and he said it was a that these were the sorceries of the Celians. Because personally, I think that Celia was founded before Rea Lucaria. Probably. And then, later on, they developed Rea Lucaria to learn about all their astrology stuff. Okay, so what the hell? Oh, that's right, I was going up here. Gowry confuses the hell out of me. Just a weird dude. Oh great, I have to go through all this again. Did I go through the right one? I don't think I did. When can I fast travel? Just die? Yeah. I always think it is so funny when, sorry, I couldn't... I was trying to remember something about Divine Towers, but I forgot. When a flying creature dies by falling, it's like, bro, literally use your wings. Continue flying. This is going to be way overkill if I can actually summon all three of these people. Oh, does it only let me summon two? Alright. Oh, then of course it turns 8 o'clock, like, right away. Whatever. Let's just smoke this dude. This place is also one of the largest, sort of remaining I mean, I've already said that this is one of the best remaining pieces of this second civilization, but this area is... It's really cool, but it's also ultimately pointless. It is probably one of the most disappointing rooms in the game, because it looks so cool. It looks like there should be so much to learn here. There's like there aren't any symbols. Oops. There's just like nothing to really digest here. It's just a lot of the same that you can find in other places. Underutilized space, I agree. Yeah, totally. I mean, this place, as far as I can tell, after I've looked around here, it is a, I think it might be like an aqueduct. But, you know, because it seems like there's like water passages and stuff. Jesus Christ! Okay, before I... Oops, pulled that out of my ear on accident. And paused. Okay. Thought that there was something around here. Okay, yeah, there we go. There's this sort of water path-looking stuff that looks like it's trying to direct water downwards for some reason. I don't know. It's a cool area. So anyway, it is... Would have never seen that, right? Yeah, that is... I love the Freecam mod, and I'm gonna try to remember to use it to look in all these crazy places that I have been dying. Like, when I first found it, the Freecam mod, I was like, there are a billion places that I want to look, and I kind of forgot about them. But I'm gonna try to remember as many as I can and show you guys all of them. So thank you guys so much for watching, especially you, Garfield, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye bye.